Section 3 of Greatheart by Ethel M. Dell. This Librivox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 3. The Search. When Isabel came slowly forth at length from the hotel door whither Biddy had conducted her, Scott was sitting alone on a bench in the sunshine. He rose at once to join her. "Why, how quick you have been! Or else time flies here. Eustace is still skating. I had no idea he was so accomplished. See, there he is." But Isabel set her haggard face towards the mountain road that wound up beyond the hotel. "I am going to look for Basil," she said. "It's a waste of time," said Scott quietly, but he did not attempt to withstand her. They turned side by side up the hard, snowy track. For some time they walked in silence. At a short distance from the hotel, the road ascended steeply through a pine wood, dark and mysterious as an enchanted forest, through which there rose the sound of a rushing stream. Scott paused to listen, but instantly his sister laid an imperious hand upon him. "I can't wait," she said. "I'm sure he is just round the corner. I heard him whistle." He moved on in response to her insistence. "I heard that whistle too," he said, "but it was a mountain boy." He was right. At a curve in the road they met a young Swiss lad, who went by them with a smile and salute, and fell to whistling again when he had passed. Isabel pressed on in silence. She had started in feverish haste, but her speed was gradually slackening. She looked neither to right nor left, her eyes perpetually strained forward as though they sought for something just beyond the range of their vision. For a while Scott limped beside her without speaking, but at last, as they sighted the end of the pine wood, he gently broke the silence. "Isabel, dear, I think we must turn back very soon." "Oh, why?" she said. "Why? You always say that when—" There came a break in her voice, and she ceased to speak. Her pace quickened so that he had some difficulty in keeping up with her, but he made no protest. With the utmost patience he also pressed on. But it was not long before her strength began to fail. She stumbled once or twice, and he put a supporting hand under her elbow. As they neared the edge of the pines, it became evident that the road dwindled to a mere mountain path, winding steeply upwards through the snow. The sun shone dazzlingly upon the great waste of whiteness. Very suddenly Isabel stopped. "He can't have gone this way after all," she said, and turned to her brother with eyes of tragic hopelessness. "Stumpy, Stumpy, what shall I do?" He drew her hand very gently through his arm. "We will go back, dear," he said. A low sob escaped her, but she did not weep. "If only I had the strength to go on and on and on," she said. "I knew I should find him some day then." "You will find him some day," he answered with grave assurance, "but not yet." They went back to the turn in the road, where the sound of the stream rose like fairy music from an unseen glen. The snow lay pure and untrodden under the trees. Scott paused again, and this time Isabel made no remonstrance. They stood together, listening to the rush of the torrent. "How beautiful this place must be in springtime," he said. She gave a sharp shiver. "It's like a dead world now." "A world that will very soon rise again," he answered. She looked at him with vague eyes. "You are always talking of the resurrection," she said. "When I am with you, I am often thinking of it," he said with simplicity. A haunted look came into her face. "But that implies death," she said, her voice very low. "And what is death?" said Scott gently, as if he reasoned with a child. "Do you think it is more than a step further into life? The passing of a boundary? That is all." "But there is no returning," she protested piteously. "It must be more than that." "My dear, there is never any returning," he said gravely. "None of us can go backwards. Yesterday is but a step away, but can we retrace that step? No, not one of us." She made a sudden, almost fierce gesture. "Oh, to go back!" she cried. "Oh, to go back! Why should we be forced blindly forward, when we only want to go back?" "It is the universal law," said Scott. "That is God's will." "It's cruel," she wailed. "No, it is merciful. So long as there is death in the world we must go on. We have to get past death." She turned her tragic eyes upon him. "And what then? What then?" Scott was gazing steadfastly into her face of ravaged beauty. "Then the resurrection," he said. "There are millions of people in the world, Isabel, who are living their lives solely for the sake of that, because they know that if they only keep on, the resurrection will give back to them all that they have lost. My dear, it is not going back that could help anyone. The past is past. The present is passing. There is only the future that can restore all things. We are bound to go forward, and thank God for it." Her eyes fell slowly before his. She did not speak, but after a moment gave him her hand with a shadowy smile. They continued the descent side by side. Another curve of the road brought them within sight of the hotel. Scott broke the silence. "Here is Eustace, coming to meet us." She looked up with a start, and into her face came a curious, veiled expression, half furtive, half afraid. "Don't tell him, Stumpy," she said quickly. "What, dear?" "Don't tell him I have been looking for Basil this morning. He wouldn't understand, and you know, I must look for him sometimes. I shall lose him altogether if I don't." "Shall we pretend we are enjoying ourselves?" said Scott with a smile. She answered him with a feverish earnestness. "Yes, yes, let us do that. And Stumpy dear, you are good. You can pray. I can't, you know. Will you pray sometimes, that I may find him?" "I shall pray that your eyes may be opened, Isabel," he answered, "so that you may know you have never really lost him." She smiled again, her fleeting, phantom smile. "Don't pray for the impossible, Stumpy," she said. I think that would be a mistake." "Is anything impossible?" said Scott. He raised his hand before she could make any answer, and sent a cheery hulloa down to his brother, who waved a swift response. They quickened their steps to meet him. Eustace was striding up the hill with the easy swing of a giant. He held out both hands to Isabel as he drew near. She pulled herself free from Scott, and went to him as one drawn by an unseen force. "Ah, that's right," he said, and bent to kiss her. "I'm glad you've been for a walk, but you might have come and spoken to me first. I was only on the rink." "I didn't want to see a lot of people," said Isabel, shrinking a little. I don't like so many strangers, Eustace." "Oh, nonsense," he said lightly. "You have been buried too long. It's time you came out of your shell. I shan't take you home again till you have got quite over that." His tone was kindly, but it held authority. Isabel attempted no protest, only she looked away over the sparkling world of white and blue, with something near akin to despair in her eyes. Scott took out his cigarette case and handed it to his brother. "Isabel's birthday present to me," he said. Eustace examined it with a smile. "Very nice. Did you think of it all by yourself, Isabel?" "No," she said with dreary listlessness. "Biddy reminded me." Eustace's face changed. He frowned slightly and gave the case back to his brother. "Have a cigarette," said Scott. He took one absently, and Scott did the same. "How did you get on with the lady in red?" he asked. Eustace threw him a glance, half humorous, half malicious. "If it comes to that, how did you get on with the little brown girl?" "Oh, very nicely," smiled Scott. "Her name is Dina." "Your lady's name is Rose Devine, if you care to know." "Really?" said Eustace. "And who told you that?" "Dina, of course, or Dina's brother, I forget which. They belong to the same party. I should think that little snub-nosed person feels somewhat in the shade," observed Eustace. "I expect she does," but she has plenty of wits to make up for it. She seems to find life quite an interesting entertainment." "She can't skate a bit," said Eustace. "Can't she? You'll have to give her a hint or two. I'm sure she would be very grateful." "Did she tell you so?" "I'm not going to tell you what she told me. It wouldn't be fair." Eustace laughed with easy tolerance. "Oh, I've no objection to giving her a hand now and then if she's amusing, and doesn't become a nuisance. I'm not going to let myself be bored by anybody this trip. I'm out for sport only." "It's a lovely place," observed Scott. "Oh, perfect. I am going to ski this afternoon. How do you like it, Isabel?" Abruptly, the elder brother accosted her. She was walking between them as one in a dream. She started at the sound of her name. "I don't know yet," she said. "It's rather cold, isn't it? I am not sure that I shall be able to sleep here." Eustace's eyes held hers for a moment. "Oh, no one expects to sleep here," he said lightly. "You skate all day and dance all night. That's the programme." Her lips parted a little. "I dance?" she said. "Why not?" said Eustace. She made a gesture that was almost expressive of horror. "When I dance," she said in her deep voice, "you may put me under lock and key, for good and all, for I shall be mad indeed." "Don't be silly," he said sharply. She shrank as if at a blow, and on the very instant, very quietly, Scott intervened. "Isabel and I prefer to look on," he said, drawing her hand gently through his arm. "I fancy it suits us both best." His eyes met his brother's quick frown deliberately, with the utmost steadiness, and for a few electric seconds there was undoubtedly tension between them. Isabel was aware of it, and gripped the supporting arm very closely. Then, with a shrug, Eustace turned from the contest. "Oh, go your own way. It's all one to me. You're one of the slow coaches that never get anywhere." Scott said nothing whatever. He smoked his cigarette without a sign of perturbation, save for a certain steeliness in his pale eyes. His habitually placid expression remained unaltered. He walked in silence for a few moments, then without effort began to talk in a general strain of their journey of the previous day. Had Isabel cared about the sleigh ride? If so, they would go again one day. She lighted up in response with an animation which she had not displayed during the whole walk. Her eyes shone a little, as if with a far-off fire of gratitude. "I should like it if you would, Stumpy," she said. "Then we will certainly go," he said. "I should enjoy it very much." Eustace came out of a somewhat sullen silence to throw a glance of half-reluctant approval towards his brother. He plainly regarded Scott's move as an achievement of some importance. "Yes, go by all means," he said. "Enjoy yourselves. That is all I ask." Isabel's faint smile flitted across her tired face, but she said nothing. Only as they reached and entered the hotel, she pressed Scott's hand for a moment in both her own. End of section 3. Read by Helena Dunstan, Oxford, February 2022.